This video is so incredibly important and so incredibly powerful, particularly right now.
If you can stick to those two things alone, I can guarantee that you will have a comfortable lifestyle.
A copy of his book because it is one of the best investments you will ever make. Alright. Hi everyone, I hope that you are safe, I hope that you are well, and I hope that you are staying home. You guys may remember my friend Peter Thornhill, who has appeared in quite a few of my videos and is the most inspiring, I'm going to call you the most inspiring investor, but obviously you are a huge mentor to me and I've known you for a very long time. Peter's also the author behind Motivated Money. How many copies have you sold?
50,000.
Okay, so in Australia, to become a bestseller, you need to sell 10,000 copies. So you're 5 times the definition of a bestseller. This video is so incredibly important and so incredibly powerful, particularly right now, that I am actually going to divide this video into 3 videos. I will be publishing a video every 3 days for you with these key messages and advice and wisdom. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you have your notification bell switched on. The first video, I'm going to allow Peter to share his story between how he started investing, what he has achieved, his philosophy, and where he sees himself going. Second video is going to be more about COVID-19, how it has impacted our markets both domestically and around the world, and how it has impacted, or I guess had an impression on Peter's philosophy, his own investing strategy, and how he is coping, because there's some really powerful messages and advice here. And then the third video, which is probably going to be the most popular video, I'm going to hit Peter up with some questions like, what is he investing in? What is he buying? What has he sold in his investment portfolio? Where does he see himself in the next 10, 15 years after we get through this pandemic? So as I said, please make sure you subscribe, make sure your notification bell is switched on, and I promise I will link in the video description box below all Peter's details, including where you can get a copy of his book, because it is one of the best investments you will ever make. Peter, thank you for joining us. Can you just give me a really quick rundown as to your story and what you have achieved?
Born and raised in Melbourne, one of 4 children. Family was not at all well-to-do. Frida, my wife, one of 10 children. I actually ended up becoming a financial planner with one of the merchant banks. Mm-hmm. What I learned there has irrevocably changed our lives for the better.
So when did you and Frida start investing?
First investment would have been shares in the company I worked for in London.
Yep.
Our first investment, I've got total investment income for 1988, 2 dividends on my Henderson shares.
Wow.
That's where it all began.
So you're retired now?
Semi-retired.
Semi-retired. Mm-hmm. You do obviously a lot of public speaking and run events. You and Frida have a brilliant retirement. There's lots of international holidays. You live a very comfortable life. Can you share what you have built and what you have achieved?
So it was basically creating an income stream.
Yeah.
And that income stream creates all sorts of fabulous opportunities in one's life. Mm-hmm. And watching it grow and nurturing it, it's a bit like taking an avocado pip and planting it and watching it grow. The early years, when times were tough, the lessons were, or the ones that I became aware of subsequently were, spend less than you earn, borrow less than you can afford.
Yeah.
And I say to people, if you can stick to those 2 things alone, I can guarantee that you will have a comfortable lifestyle.
So your philosophy is buy and build growing passive income streams.
Yes.
And you started sounds like around 1988.
Yep.
Surely there would have been times in your life where you couldn't afford to invest, or you could only afford to invest a little bit. Was there a particular part in your life where you started to really ramp up the investing and achieve some bigger financial goals?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just live within your means. So we've gone through that period as the kids left school fees dropped away. Mm-hmm. Then I could really start to work hard on the investing side of things and use gearing to carry it harder.
So you were always looking at your financial strategy, you were always looking at ways to improve it, ways you could get I guess, make it more efficient through
Yep.
through conservative, intelligent gearing, through buying quality investments and just doing a little bit on a regular basis as a period over time.
Absolutely.
Okay. I heard a rumor that you have a retirement income of over $400,000 a year.
Yes.
So if you'd like to have a lifestyle like Peter and Frida, you've got to read Peter's book. The reason why Peter has been so incredibly successful is you've clearly had defined goals. You've always kept an eye open for how you can do things better, and that's been a positive correlation towards that goal. So, for example, noticing that you're going to get a pay rise, making sure that pay rise goes towards more investing. You don't have a certain expense anymore, such as one of your sons graduating from private schools, knowing that expense now can be directed towards more investing. And you've just done a very, very simple, continuous buy and build quality investments.
Yes.
And just consistently let that grow over time. And that has enabled you to have a retirement income of approximately $400,000.
We've deferred the lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
to this point in time where I've got to say it's a hell of a lot more fun.
Okay, so short-term pain for huge amounts of long-term gain. All right, everyone, make sure to subscribe because in 3 days I'll be publishing the next video asking Peter's questions around COVID-19 and how it's impacted his financial security and that impact on that $400,000 a year passive income stream.